Totally not totally not movie news. Is what I'm trying to say. The Video Game Awards was this probably week ago, and that's when everyone thought there's gonna be footage of the Avengers 4 trailer because the Russo brothers were there, and it's an event. They don't do anything video game, so why else would they be there?
Yeah.
And I think you told me yesterday they were just gonna announce something about Fortnite.
Yeah, they presented an award for Fortnite.
Yeah. So
it's just trolling everyone. And then on top of that, if they're like, oh well, if they're not revealing the Avengers 4 trailer, then maybe they're somehow attached to that Square Enix Avengers.
So that's what I thought was
going
to be.
Okay, great, announce that too. No, they're literally just there because of Fortnite. And then they leave the stage, everything goes black, the screen starts going staticky, and then it splashes red, and everyone's like, oh, they're roaring and everything, and then it says Nintendo instead of Mario. So they really trolled everyone.
So when it came to the award show, God of War won Game of the Year, which I don't have a PS4, so I never played, but apparently it's an amazing game.
Yeah, I've heard nothing.
Only other little things I got in there because they're up our alley. I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan, so they had a trailer for Mortal Kombat 11, and it was bloody.
It was very
bloody. Like it.
Did you see the new trailer?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's just pure blood.
Excessive amount of it's a simple trailer of just Raid and Scorpion fighting each other. Everything.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
And then,
two Scorpions fighting?
Yeah, because Raiden beats.
Removes the middle
Yeah.
part of
Because they're fighting, and then Raiden defeats Scorpion and turns around.
Blows up his head.
And then there's turns around. There's a Scorpion with Mortal Kombat 1-esque costume, and he does almost like a Raiden type move where he has
Just
move
flies right through
Raiden, and
Raiden's missing half his body, and then Scorpion's like, that's not enough. Cuts his head off, throws it up in the air, throws a spear in it, and then the trailer ends.
That's Mortal Kombat for
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Raiden was dead 5 minutes ago, and he just
not that long away. It's coming out in April. Usually,
soon?
When usually a game gets out, you're looking at a year plus until you get it. But it's coming out. The one that's up all three of our alleys that was announced was a sequel to the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games.
Which is crazy. It was literally a few days after we were talking about
how we
games.
wanted it. Yeah.
And I thought that series was
we thought it was all done.
Number 2 came out in 2009, I believe, and it has been nothing.
Like 2007.
I think that's when the first one came out.
But we're all super excited.
You're probably right.
And
you're right.
And I'm trying to think when the 360 and PS2 were.
Yeah, no, you're right, because I think the Civil War comic storyline was 2006, and it definitely wasn't a year later. So yeah.
So it's crazy because there was no rumblings of this game. If there was, I didn't come across it.
Not at all.
2009.
And love the first one, love the second one.
I never beat the second one actually.
That was my only disappointment with the second one.
The final boss.
The final boss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you know who the final boss is?
They kind of just cheaped out, and at the end you're just like
a corrupted
Nick Fury.
Yeah, Nick Fury.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fine.
It was great.
I can't remember. They had
it was like the
nanobites. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got infected by something, so you just fought like a half robot Nick Cage, or Nick Fury.
It would be great if it was Nick Cage.
That would have been a twist.
So obviously it's been 9 years.
This is great. I can't wait.
It's coming out. It's exclusively just for the Nintendo Switch.
Which another thing just blows my mind.
Yeah, that kind of
Nintendo's type graphics, I believe. Because the cinematics in the first two were pretty great
for the time.
And the cinematics of this one,
they're definitely going.
Are more cartoony Nintendo friendly.
I didn't like the graphics at first, but then you're watching the gameplay and you're just like, I think it's going to work really well.
Yeah, it's an interesting
because
style.
it almost looked like the cinematic style and the gameplay style is almost hand in hand. So it's pretty good. Usually it's really great cinematics and the gameplay is not up to par, especially in a game where there's so many characters you can play as. There's usually going to be the graphics aren't going to be so.
Yeah, it's really intensive.
I I like in the trailer where you weren't just seeing there was missions where you weren't seeing just the Avengers together fighting people. Like there was the Avengers, and then there was one scene where you had all the X-Men fighting Sentinels. So it feels like we're going to get little bits and pieces
great because
of people's story.
For a long time,
They
I think the last game where they had all the properties in one was Lego. Marvel took care of one, and I think after that, Marvel was like, no, if you're not part of our, if we don't own you, you're not going to be in any video games.
And then the Marvel versus Capcom.
There was no X-Men.
No X-Men.
Didn't they say like they didn't have X-Men because no one knew who the X-Men were or something?
Yeah. They're like, they're not that big anymore.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So it's nice. So it's kind of like
I'm excited for it.
He has a Switch. We don't. We'll be over a lot once you have it. Which I was reading a thing about how Marvel's playing it pretty cool by giving these gaming consoles exclusive rights.
Yeah, they did
like
Spider-Man.
PlayStation 4 gets a Spider-Man game. This is getting Marvel Alliance. I'm hoping Xbox. Just something. Give the Xbox something.
But I mean, I could see because Square Enix did not Shadow. What was the second Tomb Raider?
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Was exclusive on the Xbox for like a year or something, right? Before.
See, that's my only hope right now. Is hoping that eventually after a year they'll be like, you know what, the Xbox can have the Spider-Man game.
But the thing with that is, like with Spider-Man and this Ultimate Alliance, is the companies themselves have put up money for it.
Yeah.
Right? Like Sony put up money for Spider-Man, and Nintendo is publishing Ultimate Alliance. So Ultimate Alliance 3 will only ever be
totally.
Nintendo game, which just blows my mind. But
so I don't know those things. Any other video game announcements that they made that?
I mean, there was quite a few that I liked, but those.
I think Obsidian's coming out with a new game.
Yeah,
the
that
Outer
looks
or
really
something.
cool.
The Outer.
Yeah, because I really like their Fallout game. So this looks really good. I really I think that's when they announced Crash Team Racing.
Yep. I played the remastered Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah,
and that was pretty nice, and
so that should be good too. So all around pretty good. Because normally the video game awards, I never really hear anything.
Yeah, it's usually just one bit of news that's talk worthy, and I guess this year they were going into we got a whole whack of games we're going to announce, and obviously we don't have all the announcements here, but
and I know that a lot of companies are sitting out of E3 next year.
Yep.
I think Sony has said they're not doing anything.
It's a lot of money to get into be part of even when it comes to Comic-Con now, every year it's there's usually a big studio not doing it.
No, not.
Disney wasn't part of, not Disney, Marvel Studios wasn't part of last year's Comic-Con, and I think the year before Fox wasn't. Maybe Fox or something, one of the two of them wasn't. And so it's obviously, it's not worth it to them, especially when it all gets leaked out anyway, or it gets released the next day. What's the point of going to Comic-Con?
Right.
Because you go there for there's obviously a lot more to do than just trailers and whatnot, but that's the stuff that when it's they even release the footage of the convention where it's them talking about the movies and whatnot, usually within a week. So it's why pay the X amount to fly to San Diego or go to E3? When it's gonna be online the next day.
Yeah.
So. So it was pretty nice just to have a video game wars. It's we never talk about that, so it was good for them to have some big news for us to talk about.
Yeah. One thing about Ultimate Alliance 3 that I want to jump in.
Sure.
It's called the Black Order.
Right.
How did you guys feel about that?
Yeah, it's kind of strange because neither of the other ones had
titles.
Yeah.
So the title, it's called the Black Order, but they have Thanos in it, which.
I thought it was gonna be the surprise ending of the game, but who knows more? There's even a screenshot where it looked someone was talking about how there was a robot that looked Ultron's in the game.
Yes.
Then it shows
I saw Ultron.
But then it shows another robot as being that almost looks like a hybrid of Apocalypse and Ultron. So who knows? There could be just another big surprise. Maybe it could be just be straightforward. Thanos is your bad guy, you gotta go fight him.
Yeah, and one thing I did like about this is they're actually using the entire Black Order. In the movie, they left out Supergiant for some reason.
Yeah.
Who is the other? They only used Proxima and Midnight as like one female character, but there's actually two females as part of the Black Order in it, and it's a more comic accurate Black Dwarf. They didn't call a Black Dwarf in the movie because of racism. But yeah, so that was kind of interesting.
And it's interesting too, like they announced this one, like I still want to almost like a direct sequel to the end of the first one. Because the end of the first Marvel Ultimate games had Galactus declaring his revenge on Earth.
And then he's
and then the
second one?
Nope, no, because it's all it's Civil War is the entire second one.
Like the second one was such a small scale compared to like the first
and
one.
there was no teaser at the end of that one of like something else is coming.
I completely forgot
about that too.
You even fight Galactus in the first one, don't you?
Yeah, because you team up with the Silver Surfer because he's like
you have to
go steal like something off his like helmet or in his chest or something like that, and then like because he did that he's like looking at Earth and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get my revenge on you guys. So
no, they probably just moved on. They forgot about it.
So they could have now, like who knows how video game licensing works. But like no, it's like I've been waiting for a freaking answer to that.
Yeah.
Because how you freaking fight him, man? Maybe he's a surprise bad guy at the end of this one, but because if I think of a villain bigger than Thanos, it's gonna be Galactus.
Yeah.
So especially if he's a dark cloud. Comes down to.
Right, I forgot that was a thing.
So that is it for news. We zoomed through that a lot quicker than I thought we